Hello guys, welcome to NXBTO new video, and in this video I'm going to give you an update on the price of Bitcoin. So today is Monday, another Bitcoin weekly candle close. So to help you, we're going to be analyzing the DXY in Bitcoin ratio, also Bitcoin dominance, and the Total2, which is the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin. So I hope you enjoy this video. So to start with, we can see that Bitcoin just closed another weekly candle. You can see that Bitcoin managed to close a candle above our 110,000 level, which means Bitcoin is currently able to hold our 110,000 level. So which means, like we mentioned in the previous video update, for Bitcoin to actually continue this bull market, having the possibility to retest or to challenge our next Fibonacci level, or at least to break the middle of our upward channel, is quite important for Bitcoin to hold this level, the 110,000 level. So with this weekly candle close, we can see that currently Bitcoin is, so using our Fibonacci tool, we can see where the resistance is, where Bitcoin is facing resistance at the moment. And we can see that it's exactly at the Fibonacci 0.5 at around 115,000. This is a level we're going to have to see if this week Bitcoin is able to close a candle above this level, which means it's 15,623. Close a candle above this level will enable Bitcoin to actually challenge the next Fibonacci, which is 0.6 and 0.7. We can say that it's a range between 117,000 to $120,000. So this is the range where we're going to see Bitcoin struggling, and closing candle above this important Fibonacci level would show a sign of strength for Bitcoin. That Bitcoin actually is done with the 110,000 level once and for all. So for that reason, we can see that the DXY, as Bitcoin closed a weekly candle above the 110,000 level, we can see that the DXY is still pushing down, so it's still bearish. DXY and Bitcoin ratio, we can see that last week we mentioned that Bitcoin was having retested as low below 110,000 would be an opportunity to buy the dip. We can see that the RSI is respected this downward trend line, and we can see what happened to the price. We see the ratio is moving sideways, and the RSI respected this downward trend line, meaning that the Bitcoin below 110,000 would be an opportunity to buy the dip. So, and that's why we saw Bitcoin retesting 116,000 one more time. And this is because we saw this happen because the RSI was actually retesting this downward trend line, which we call buy the dip, an opportunity to add to your position or to buy the dip. The RSI must respect this level, and what's going to have to happen is for Bitcoin to hold current level and try to make a new highs and challenge those main Fibonacci level that we mentioned. This would allow the other side to push down, retesting. Most likely we want it to go as close as possible to the 30 level or below the 30 level towards the 18.62, which is where we would see Bitcoin above the 120,000 for sure. The total market cap excluding Bitcoin We mentioned last week that Bitcoin had to the market cap, the total two had to hold close a candle above, a weekly candle above the 1.62 trillion resistance, and this is what happened. We can see that the altcoin is still holding very important level, and the only thing that we need to see to confirm this breakout is the RSI breaking this downward trend line to the upside. This would show that the total two wants to go much higher and actually build above this level and most likely challenge next Fibonacci level. So this is gonna happen if we can see the RSI confirming the break to the upside. Otherwise, most likely the total two will be consolidating above the 1.62 trillion level and waiting for, of course, without Bitcoin having holding this level and challenge the mid of our upward channel, you're not going to see altcoin actually confirming this move with a push on total two to push higher if Bitcoin is not willing to move and bring the altcoin with it. Bitcoin dominance close below. You can see the close the kind of weekly candle below the mid of its upward channel. And this is something that we were expecting as Bitcoin altcoin on total two are beginning to gain strength. We can see that Bitcoin is actually Bitcoin dominance closed its first candle below the middle of this upward channel. We can see a close below, weekly candle close below. Now is retesting, but most likely will continue to fall in case Bitcoin actually push toward the middle of this upward channel, and this would bring the altcoins along. So Bitcoin would be posed to lose more dominance as the altcoin on the total two gain more strength, and this would put Bitcoin dominance in much lower level as Litecoin would follow Bitcoin in case Bitcoin is willing to push much higher and most likely break the middle of our upward channel. That's the update for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, and sharing this video with your friend and family. I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye.